again. Thanks for coming back and joining us. I hope you enjoyed the last session, and we are going to dive immediately right into the next one. The last time we met, we talked about that word desire in the woman's curse and how I kind of felt like it might have kind of a twofold meaning, and we're going to actually dive right into chapter 4 and hit on that same word again. As I said the last time, that word desire, the Hebrew word, is only used 3 times in scriptures, and we're going to hit on the second time that word is used today, and it's in chapter 4 verse 7. Cain and Abel have come into the picture. Adam and Eve have born 2 sons. They are laboring for the Lord. One is a sheep herder and one is basically a farmer, and they're bringing their offerings to the Lord. Now remember, this is not a sacrifice, this is an offering. And so we see Abel bring the firstborn of his flock. He was a sheep herder, and so he brings that to the Lord. And then Cain comes and brings the fruit of the ground. And what Abel did is he brought the first fruits, and so they were very acceptable, but Cain kind of brought the leftovers, and so God was not pleased with his offering, which should send up a red flag to some of us. So Cain is like, why are you upset? Or Cain gets all upset, and the Lord's like, why are you so upset? And he comes in and says in verse 7, if you do well, will you not be accepted? And if you do not do well, sin is crouching at the door for you. Its desire is for you, but you must rule over it. And I wanted to zero in a second part of that. And if you do not do well, sin is crouching at the door. Its desire is for you, but you must rule over it. And we discussed the last time how that word desire almost kind of has more of like a romantic, like a man longs for a woman or a woman longs for a man. But one of the other definitions of that longing and that craving is like a beast that's waiting to devour something, like a hungry lion. And it's saying that sin is literally waiting at our door. And if you can visualize that, God is saying, listen, like it's not just, you're not just going to happen into sin. Sin is looking for you. It is on the prowl for you. It is coming and it wants to devour you. I think if we've truly understood the tactics of the enemy, we would understand that literally not just even, it's not even walking out the door anymore. Sometimes it's getting up in the morning and picking up our phone. And sin is literally waiting just at our fingertips of our iPhones these days to come and crouch and devour us. And we have to be on guard. We have to understand that sin is coming to get us. And we have to be ready. And we have to rule over it. Just like that word, its desire is for you. Like it wants nothing but you. Like it cannot function. And it's zeroing in, like it only thinks of you all the time and how to get to you. And I think, you know, like if that's the attitude of sin, I once heard somebody say that a general was asked about war, and his reply was, I have found that it is very good if someone is at war with you to also be at war with them. And I don't think that he's saying, oh, war is wonderful. What he's saying is if somebody's going to come at you and come at you and come at you and attack you, you better be ready with some sort of plan as well. You better be on the defense as well. You better even have an offense. And so I think that as believers, if we truly understand that sin is out to get us, that it's crouching at our door, or it's waiting first thing when we wake up, last thing when we lay our head on the pillow, and its desire is to consume us and to devour us, we might approach it differently. We might approach each day differently, and how to gird up ourselves and put on our armor to fight back so that we may rule over it. And so I want you to just take some time now to just pray and ask God to show you how to suit up for battle each day. Obviously, we know there are verses in the New Testament and Ephesians that tell us how we can do that, but begin praying, one, that God would help you recognize the sin that's looking and lurking for you. Ask Him to help prepare you and to help fight back to that sin that's coming, and to be able to rule over it with His help. Thanks again for joining again. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and the blog.